Hey guys, so it dawned on me that I could have just been really harsh on a particular group, um, and I said some things in anger, but I said them and I meant them. Um, but I wanted to make an addendum to what I said in my last video about being stealth. There are many reasons that cause a trans person to want to be stealth after they medically transition. And for the most part, the reasons for wanting to be stealth are legitimate. But there are reasons to be stealth that are not legitimate to me and make no sense and really piss me off. It's your it's your choice whether or not you want to be stealth ultimately as a trans person. But there I think that being a stealth trans person, this is my opinion. This is my opinion. And you know what? Tell me to fuck off if you want to. You know, I said I'm not mousy and I said that I'm assertive, and that also means that I can take other people's shit. So pile it on. I don't give a flying fuck. But this is my opinion. I may not agree, and here's the thing. I may not agree with being stealth, but whatever. I respect it. It's your fucking decision. You know, it's your life. So do whatever the fuck you want. However, I think that being stealth, you are being selfish because you are taking your experiences and your knowledge away from other people who could benefit by those things. And still, somehow, trans people who are stealth expect that they get these rights and that they're treated well, even though they don't come forward and talk about those experiences. So it really makes no fucking sense. Not only is it selfish, but it's illogical. And I honestly think that if more trans people would just quit being so fucking mousy and talk about it, we wouldn't have this high suicide rate, and we wouldn't have this high rate of homelessness, and we wouldn't have all of the bullshit that we have to deal with as a community. If people would talk about their experiences, the G and the L and the B wouldn't have such a problem with the T. And it just doesn't make sense to me, you know? And that's just my opinion. And I'm sure that there are a lot of people who've watched my videos who've been like, he's not really a trans man because he ain't on T. Well, fuck you. That's also your opinion. And I don't come here very often and get angry like this. And I'll say it, you know, I am angry right now. And I think I'm angry because I just want someone to blame. And I think that even though I am a funeral director, intern, you know, there's a time when my training kicks in and when it doesn't. And right now, you know, I'm just grieving as a person. I'm not, you know, being someone who's in the death industry. Um, you know, there's a time and a place for that. And, you know, I didn't even know this person, but there's a part of me that is grieving because she belonged to my community. Um, and, you know, I try really hard to keep it upbeat and to keep it positive on this channel. But I feel like our community is really weak sometimes as trans people. I feel like it's really fucking weak. Um, I feel like people are really fucking selfish with their actions and with their support and with their love. And it kills people. I'm not saying that anybody is guilty of that in this particular case, but I'm saying that, you know, trans people kill themselves because they feel alone and they feel like no one else shares in those experiences with them. And as the days pass and I get more and more involved in my own transition and even more adamant as to my identity, I find myself becoming very protective of of my community. And I feel like I want to be even more outspoken so I can help people, which isn't something I've ever really felt before. Um, you know, I I got into funeral directing because I thought that it would be exciting and interesting, and it is. Um, you know, I have a lot of really crazy stories from the things that I've done, and I haven't been at this very long, you know. But then, after a certain amount of time passed, I realized that I got into this because I have a very innate understanding of death. And it's not a foreign concept to me like it is to most people in our Western culture. And I find that my main motivation for wanting to get into this was to help people. And now I find that being a trans person and moving forward in my transition is charging me with the same responsibility to the generations after me. Um, and when the community suffers a loss, I think we all have to sit back and evaluate ourselves and how we relate to the world around us, because, you know, suicide, it's just an awful thing. I've experienced it a few times before with friends, and the effects are just devastating. Um, and I think especially in the transgender community, we have to be even more vigilant, and we have to take care of each other even more. And you know, as I said in my last video, I don't know who this woman was, but I've watched her videos and she seemed a beautiful soul. And anytime a member of our community has fallen, it makes me think, you know, that the world is losing out on that person's knowledge and that person's love, and it's sad. So those are my opinions about stealth. That's my opinion about being an out trans person, especially in the current environment we live in. I hope, well, you know what, actually, I don't care if I offended anyone. I don't care. If it offended you, it means that it rang true for you somehow, and that's how you roll, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. My own therapist told me that I'm one of the first trans people she's met that actually speaks up. So that must, I don't know. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I guess I'm grieving right now or some shit. I also have to go to bed because I have work tomorrow, but I just figured that I would talk about some of this shit because it's been on my mind for a while lately, and I am sorry if it hurts anyone's feelings, but this is just how I feel right now. So take it or leave it. I gotta go to bed, you guys, but I'm sure I will update more later. Bye.